Why, hello there. Welcome to my laboratory. Oh, it's okay. What seems to be troubling you right now? I see. The little situationship didn't work out for your Valentine's Day. Fear not. 'Tis not an issue. Here, I bestow upon you some red roses. These are just deserved for your existence today. Thank you. You can take those. Now tell me, as your guided professional, what do you need right now? Right, to be heard, of course. What happened? What? Really? Wow, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Are you being serious right now? Wow. Listen, typically, I usually am a very big humanitarian. I'm like, all people deserve a good life. But then I hear certain stories, and it makes me go, no, wait, I might have generalized a little too much. I think I might have just said something a wee bit thoughtlessly. Does this feel good? It's supposed to, remove all the stress from your scalp. Tell me, when was the last time you had an emotional outburst? You never had an emotional outburst? Well, this is a safe space for all of your rage to just boil over, sweetheart. You need to let it out. Even if it means that objects are damaged. Your heart, which is not an object, has been damaged. Just a little more up here. Okay. Now, I'm going to be checking your sight. Just gonna see. Can you see better now or no? Can you see better now or no? No? Oh, that's interesting that your eyesight can work. What do you think was the issue when you were seeing your ex? I see. Interesting. There we go. There we go. So many years together. Of course, issues are going to arise. Pains are going to ensue. But if he can remember your ex's birthday and can't remember yours, and he thinks that your ex's birthday is your birthday, let alone if he can remember his cat's birthdays, then yeah, his dick needs to be caught inside of a chainsaw and recircumcised. Now, let us please go through a little evaluation. Tell me. Do you happen to remember Aladdin? This one's the second movie, because, they had a sequel together. The King of Thieves starring Robin Williams. Do you happen to remember this film? I don't recall Aladdin ever making Jasmine feel like less of a princess. In fact, I remember him enlisting supernatural powers in order to give her everything that she might want. He overestimated what she wanted in order to qualify to be her match. Tell me, when was the last time that your boo went above and beyond for you? Right, he said that he didn't have enough time for you. I don't quite remember Aladdin ever saying those words. In fact, he had a freaking magic carpet in which he could just fly to Jasmine and just watch her all the time. That's what he did with his free time, was watch Jasmine and give her the lifestyle that she always wanted, that Jafar was trying to take away from her. And he actually didn't get jealous of Jafar. He actually saw him as being someone that was threatening Jasmine's safety. Interesting. I wonder what happened with Disney movies. I think we're crapping on the love story inside of Disney movies a little too much, saying they're problematic when in reality, real life relationships are a little bit too underrated for how problematic they are. Tell me, have you ever seen the cinematic masterpiece? Granted, of course, it is a remake, but We all know that the original film will always star Lindsay Lohan and Lindsay Lohan. Have you seen it? You have? Oh, that's so great. I'm going to open it up so that way the spirit of the movie really is captured in the space between us. Now tell me, what was her name? What if you spent your whole life wishing for something you didn't know you already had? Hallie Parker and Annie James. Oh, it doesn't even say. Interesting. Well, this fabulous lady was fully engaged to their father, right? Fully engaged to be married because they had a relationship. But in comes his first wife after about, 10 years? 12 years, because it was when they were born. They parted them at birth, I think, or when they were really little. About 10 to 12 years later, she then comes back into the picture, and what does he do? He cheats on her while his two daughters, who are twins, ginger twins, demonically place her bed in the middle of a river after putting lizards on her body. And the audience cheers for her torture. Do you think you're better than this fabulous queen right here? Her style was on peak. She was 26 or 25. I think she was 26. 26, marrying a man. Dennis Quaid is twice her age. And going through this demonic hell with girls who are half of her age, almost. Do you think that wouldn't happen to you if you continue to not elevate your standards? I mean, my goodness, I even feel bad for Elizabeth James because she was Elizabeth James, a well-regarded fashionista, settling for someone who looks like Dennis Quaid. Trust me, Meg Ryan is forever a charity case to me. Now, have you ever watched this cinematic masterpiece, Tarzan? Yeah. Last time I checked, Tarzan swung through the jungle to save Jane, a complete stranger at the time, from a horde of killer baboons. Yeah. Do you think your partner would even risk getting into a confrontation for you? Tarzan swung through the jungle to save a stranger from baboons. Baboons. Tell me, do you even have access to your man's phone? Interesting, because Jane has full access to Tarzan at all times. All she has to do is just be like, Tarzan, anywhere in the jungle, and he will be there in 0.3 seconds and apologize for how long he took. Yeah. And in the end, what happens? He was imprisoned. He tried selling his home to go and conform to Jane's standards. Yeah. He wore a suit. Do you think a suit is in this man's vocabulary? Look at his toes. Those are fully adapted to his environment. No non-feral human being has toes like that. But he did that. Why? Because he wanted her. Do you think a man who doesn't even let you into his phone wants you? Questions to ponder. Questions to think. Questions to ask. In fact, let Megan Fox's recent example give you food for thought. How is it that a man so below her status could harm her physically and emotionally torture her? That's what we all wonder, honestly. It's truly a crime against humanity. The Little Mermaid. Do you think Prince Eric and Ariel had issues about Prince Eric's former life? Do you think Prince Eric ever made the Little Mermaid feel bad about herself? He literally had to be put under a spell to not recognize Ariel anymore. Yeah, under a spell. And what did Eric give Ariel? A kingdom. Yeah. So for all the trouble that you're going through, I'm sorry. What are you getting in return? Oh, a whole lot of nothing except problems and therapy bills. Our final example. A classic. For those super independent, sort of like 50-50 ladies, I completely respect your choice But this is what an independent woman looks like. She sings to the leaves, she steps in the water, she jumps off a cliff, fully embracing life. Do you think John Smith ruined Pocahontas' love for life? Do you think he ruined her ability to pursue and go after what it was that she was pursuing and going after? No, not at all. In fact, he became her follower because he didn't know what was going on in life like Pocahontas did. I'm sorry, is your ex ruining your passion for life? He is. Looks like someone's not that independent and 50-50. If you're letting a man ruin your zest and motivation and go-to in life, I think someone has a misdefinition. Otherwise, someone is being robbed of their joy because someone else doesn't have any, and they are an empty void trying to suck it out of you. Now, my little cherub, I have some mating assignments for you to complete before you visit me next. Yeah, I'm someone who assigns homework. Call me a teacher. I'm going to need you to complete this book before you arrive to me again. Once you complete it, annotated, highlighted, written your notes, we will continue our sessions. Okay? Excellent. Now, is there any follow-up questions for me? No? Okay. Perfect. In that case, ta-ta.